Hey guys, it's Claude, and today we're doing a deck opening for Rhys James. Good luck to you. Hopefully you saw yesterday's video. We had pretty crazy combination of cards. We had Book of IEQ, Navigator Ali, and Great Ways to Protect It. That deck looked super strong. So let's hope we can see another good strong one today. Here we go. We're starting off with Shadows, Yellow Archon by the way. Logos, and Dis. Very nice, no Brobnar. Alchemist, Vlad, Steel Dodger. And something about these yellow ones, it is so hard to see these Archons, but this first time it looks like it's rain up above. First time I've seen rain. And it's got some wings here and maybe like bug antennas up top. Alright, let's see what we got inside this thing. And for those of you that have been playing since Call of the Archons, these were the 3 houses you wanted to open. Not that some of the other houses weren't great, like Untamed had some incredible burst potential, but Shadows, Logos, and Dis just had an incredible amount of control, some of the better cards overall, and every one of those decks seemed to be a pretty good contender. Let's see what Worlds Collide has in store for these 3 houses. And here we go, we're starting off with Shadows, Ring of Invisibility. It's an upgrade. And whenever you play it, this creature gains Elusive and Skirmish. Oh! Too much to protect. Amber whenever you play it. Steal all but 6 of your opponent's Amber. Best Amber control card in the game. Very nice. Spike Trap. It's an artifact. Amber whenever you play it. Omni. Sacrifice it. If you do, deal 3 damage to each flank creature. Umbra is 2 power Skirmish. Fight, Steal, and Amber. Simon, 1 power Skirmish. Fight, put the creature Simon fights on top of its owner's deck. Pestering Blow, Amber whenever you play it, deal 1 damage to a creature, and enrage it. Mug gets you an Amber. Move 1 Amber from a creature to your pool. Deal 2 damage to that creature. A lot of Amber and Steel so far. A second Mug. Kaimor Eclipse, shuffle each flank creature into its owner's deck. Good card. Hit and Run, deal 2 damage to a creature, return a friendly creature to your hand. No creature we want to return yet. There's only 2 in here so far, but that doesn't mean we don't have anything inside Logos or Dis we want to return, so that's still a good support card in some decks. Oh no, Bad Penny, 1 power destroyed, return Bad Penny to your hand. I really hope in the future we find something like Good Penny, Lucky Penny, something like that. Any sort of play on this, whenever all of a sudden you see the penny, you get very excited. And I think they should make it rare considering how common Bad Penny is and how she's in every set. Oh no! Gosh, why did I talk her up? Oh, I never should have kept talking about Bad Penny. You have 2 of them in this deck. This is a shame. Oh, if you want, you can make a 3rd one thanks to Mimic Gel. Mimic Gel is 0 power, cannot be played unless there's another creature in play. It enters play as a copy of another creature in play, except it belongs to House Logos. Remote Access, Amber whenever you play it, use an opponent's artifact as if it were yours. Dr. Millie, 2 power play. For each creature your opponent controls in excess of you, not counting Dr. Millie, archive a card. Archiving is a powerful tool in... Well, we didn't have that many Shadows creatures until we opened up, 2 Bad Pennies? Still only 4 total. So maybe this will be a light creature deck with some great actions and great archiving. We'll see. Anomaly Exploiter is an artifact. Action, destroy a damaged creature. Wormhole Technician, 3 power Reap. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a Logos card, play it. Otherwise, archive it. Thorium Plasmate, Amber whenever you play it. Move an enemy creature anywhere into its controller's battle line. Deal 2 damage to that creature for each of the neighbors that shares a house with it. It's okay, little card. Sanitation Engineers, 4 power, Hazardous 1. Reap, discard a card from your hand, great for cycling. Hollow Gramophone is an artifact. Amber whenever you play it. Action, ward a creature. Warding is so good, and having this reusable source of warding is just really fantastic. Igor, 2 power. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, and discard the others. Edie, hello, 3 power. Play, archive a card. Your opponent's keys cost +1 Amber for each card in your archives. Between Dr. Millie and Wormhole Technician potentially archiving some cards, this could make your opponent's keys cost quite a bit of Amber, really playing into that too much to protect. There's also a chance you could Mimic Gel either one of those, the Edie or the Dr. Millie, for more archiving. Daughter, 2 power Elusive. During your draw card step, refill your hand to 1 additional card. Fantastic. Babbling Bibliophile, 1 power Reap. Draw 2 cards. Now we are on to this, and I have not yet seen this card. Snaglet, 2-power elusive. Action, choose a house. If your opponent chooses that house as an active house on the next turn, steal 2 amber. This is a pretty interesting little card. So maybe you know your opponent only has like steal or some way to control your amber in a certain house, and you're going to punish them for choosing that house, making it harder to maybe take you off the key. There's a lot of good things you can do with this card. I like it. Hecatomb, amber whenever you play it. Destroy each disc creature. Each player gains 1 amber for each creature they control that was destroyed this way. This could be a big burst card. 3 Fates seems pretty good in here. Amber whenever you play it. Destroy the 3 most powerful creatures. Off the top of my head, in Shadows we had 2 was the biggest power creature. Logos we had a 4-power creature with Sanitation Engineer. But overall some smaller ones as well, 2 and 1 powers. Depending on this disc package, this might hit all of our opponent's creatures. Obsidian Forge. It's an artifact. Amber whenever you play it. Sacrifice any number of friendly creatures, then you may forge a key at +6 current cost, reduced by 1 for each creature sacrificed this way. If you do, destroy Obsidian Forge. Pretty nice. Gleeful Mayhem. Amber whenever you play it. For each house, deal 5 damage to a creature of that house. Rot Grub, another tiny creature, 1 power. Play. Your opponent loses 1 amber whenever you reap with it. Archive it. A second Rot Grub. God, this deck is like the smallest power ever. Festering Touch, amber whenever you play it. Choose up to 2 creatures. Deal 1 damage to each chosen creature. If that creature was already damaged, deal 3 instead. Edorome is 4 power. Reap, destroy a creature of the house with the most creatures in play. Draining Touch, destroy a creature with no amber on it. Dendrix is 5 power. Fight, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. I normally like big creatures, but 5 power in here, it's only 1/3 Fate, so it's not too bad. And our final card is Buzzle, 3 power Skirmish. Play Fight. You may purge 1 of Buzzle's neighbors. If you do, ready Buzzle. Interesting. Let's go ahead and get these up here. Alright, so decent amount of amber. We'll have to see just how much steel we have that's reliable. But those 2 bad pennies without any sort of combo that really stands out to me other than maybe Buzzle purging them is really going to make me question some of this deck. Alright, let's go ahead and get our amber up, which I think we did okay in. We did okay in Amber Control and Amber, I'm thinking, overall. Wasn't super insane. Oh, well then again, the EDs does help with that Amber Control quite a bit. Well, I said EDs because of Mimic Gel, but there's only 1 in here. Let's see here, okay. Now, how much Amber did we have in Shadows? Okay, not too bad. Oh, giving the ED Elusive and Skirmish is kind of nice as well. Alright, so we have 1... I always count this as 2, so 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, we're hoping to get a 7th, but we don't have any ways to put amber on our creatures. We'd have to rely on our opponents putting amber on their creatures to get the additional. So for this deck's purpose, we're only going to count it as 1. So we'll keep it at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, ooh, almost dropped that, 14, 15, 16. 16 isn't too bad, and the Hecatomb does give us a decent chance of getting a few more amber off of that. Let's go ahead and get our amber control up now. So Too Much to Protect, best card there is. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Rot Grubs. Snaglet, we'll put it up, but it doesn't really count. ED, very nice. Mimic Gel, we'll just kind of put up there in case there's any sort of note we want to put. Umbra, okay, so for sure we have 1, 2, questionable, 3, 4, 5. A little bit less than I would like, but there are 2 cards that could kind of help us out. Even if you have to Mimic Gel and Umbra, that might be okay, but not necessarily the best because Umbra does die pretty easily. Alright, let's go ahead and get our creatures up. Besides counting how much we have total, let's go ahead and see what sort of targets we have for the Mimic Gel. Other than bad pennies, oh gosh. Although it's kind of funny to think that you could put a Mimic Gel down early, copying a bad penny, just so you can have it later whenever you maybe have better creatures. I mean, it's something you can think about. It's kind of weird to think about, but that could be a play you could make. Like, let's say you did have a Shadows turn early. You want to call Logos for some reason. Maybe you're trying to cycle your hand. Put that Mimic Gel down as a bad penny. Then if your opponent never kills it, you can, on a Logos turn, fight with it, destroy it, put it back to your hand, so you can then copy the target you want to do. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 18. 18 creatures. Slightly above average, not too bad, but these are all tiny. Let's actually see how many like 1 power, 2 power creatures they have. Let's sort them by their powers, because this is kind of crazy to me. Very, very low power deck overall. See, probably somewhere within there, just kind of guessing where these are. And then we can adjust it wherever we need to. Mimic Gel is a 0 power, and I'm totally counting it as that. So we have 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 1 power creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 2 power. 1, 2, 3 3 powers. The 2 4s and 1 5. Yeah, that is gonna be a really low average power creatures. So weird. I was not expecting when I saw these 3 houses, I saw the Beautiful Shadows, Logos Disc. I thought this deck was gonna be just busted, right? I thought we were gonna have some insane archiving, great steal, and then Disc was gonna do its thing, whether it was controlling houses or purging or something. And we didn't really get any of that. We did have a little bit of like board control. We had some, it said amber control. Like board control, what do we got here? We got Simon if they don't deal with it. And then we had the 3 Fates. Buzzles of board control. Okay, Adoromi. Spike Trap can help. Pestering Blow. Forcing your opponent's Reapers to not be able to reap and fight into your creatures can be nice. 3 Fates. Oh yeah, Gleeful Mayhem is pretty nice. The Touch could be okay. Draining Touch. Exploiter is a really good card. I like that quite a bit. Hit and Run, Kymor. Okay, so there was quite a bit of board control, actually. Let's count those up. I normally don't, but 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 11, 12. It's not actually that bad. I mean, you can return Saurians with this. Spread out some damage against Reapers. Kill any creature with damage, which this deck seems to do a little bit of damage to things. Festering Touch. These 2 in conjunction can help take out a big Saurian creature, maybe like a 6 power, 1 armor creature. 3 Fates does hit them. I mean, it's kind of weird to look at it that way, but the board control is okay for how tiny these creatures are. Would have liked to see maybe some more elusive creatures, because our creatures aren't really that great at surviving. I think it was just like Mother that had elusive. We could give elusive to a creature thanks to that Ring of Invisibility, but yeah. What a weird deck. I guess maybe if our opponent ignores our creatures, we can Obsidian Forge. I'm not even sure how I think about that. The crazy part is like 1 Volcano just takes out every single creature besides 1. So this is definitely an oddball. It can have its uses, but I'm not going to say that this deck is that powerful. Even with having some decent creatures and some better cards against some strategies, it's just a little too kooky for me. Like, the Too Much to Protect is a really amazing card, but you need to not only be able to take him down to 6 amber, but also take him off a key if, like, we don't have Edie out, right? And I believe the only straight steal we had inside of Shadows was an Umbra, which has to have already been out. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Yeah, oh man. It kind of makes Too Much to Protect a little bit worse of a card. You got to rely on either Umbra or Edie. This might be the first deck where Too Much to Protect is not that solid. That's a shame. Alright, Rhys James, so hopefully tomorrow's deck will be much better for you. This one, it's clunky in its own way. It did have a little bit of cycling thanks to like the Daughter and the Igor. And you can even Mimic Gel one of those two, which I guess Mimic Gel on the Daughter might be the best play for that. I don't know, there's at least some decent options for the Mimic Gel. But as I said, it's just kind of lower power creatures. And it's weird to think that something like an Ammonia Clouds or Volcano just wipes your board and potentially leaves your opponent with a lot of creatures. Alright guys, well I hope you like this weird deck. Tell me if there's anything you saw down below that maybe I missed. Where do you think this deck falls on a bad to good scale? Alright guys, well thank you very much for watching my videos, and I will see you next time.